Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Young Black Suburban. I'm privileged enough to be somebody that gets random phone calls sometimes from various people in communities asking questions, or maybe I might be able to help them. Just yesterday, that happened to me to help out a nonprofit with some questions that they had about boxing, and then we needed to meet up. We needed to do more things and figure out things for what you're going to be doing. And I said, hey, why don't you just come to the gym tomorrow? I'm shooting my podcast. You have a nonprofit. Let's talk about it. He said, yeah. Things are crazy like that.
They are.
But I have on my show today Martianne Rich, and she's from Hearts of Skylar nonprofit. I will be honest, I don't know much about Martianne. So today we're all gonna get to find out about her together. So first, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Thanks for having me here. I'm really excited.
Thanks for coming. It's crazy. I don't know. I've never had. If I don't book a guest a week in advance, like the guy that we had on last show, I booked him before the holidays, and even before that, I let him know that he was going to be on the show. So for you and me to be here today is like insane.
Spare the moment.
Yeah, but that's show business. That's how it works. And it all came to be from a mutual friend, DJ friend of ours, Joe Bird.
Yes.
And I believe it happened on Facebook, and you asked a question. Elaborate.
I need help is what I said.
You say you need help?
I need help.
Yeah.
I need somebody in the boxing industry that can help me, because obviously from our conversation yesterday, I know nothing about boxing except some boxing classes that I've taken in the past. But, just from an event that we're going to have in a couple months in Camden to help a boxing club.
Right.
And I just was like, I'm at ground zero. Can somebody help me, please?
Right.
And you helped me tremendously within a 5-minute conversation.
Well, and it's crazy because things that I think are so easy, they come easy to me, are not so easy to other people when it comes to boxing. Like me, I'm like, I don't want to make a video of just the jab. It's so simple. I make a video of just the jab, and it's one of my highest produced videos. I get the most likes on it. That opened up my mind to allow me to know that people don't really know about boxing. And now you're here in my boxing gym.
Yes.
You're going to learn a lot.
My 101, Boxing 101.
Yeah. But what is Hearts of Skylar? How did that become an organization?
So we've been officially a nonprofit since March of 2019. Okay. So my daughter and I, we volunteered a lot, always have. And a girlfriend of mine wanted to do a little bit more in the community, and we started doing these toiletry bags, and I just continued with my daughter to do them, incorporated her softball organization, South Jersey Mystics, which are such a huge supporter of us. Mm-hmm. And we just continued, and other nonprofits were like, you should be a nonprofit. I'm like, no. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a business. Yeah.
It is. It's a full-time job. It costs money. Mm-hmm. And for, like the universe, as I say, pushed me. You have to do this. You have to do this. Yeah. So with a lot of support, a lot of people donating their time, their funds, are like, I'll do this for you. I'll do your website for free. We became Hearts of Skylar, which is after my daughter, which sometimes she's like, did it have to be after me? But it kind of flowed, and it worked out well where it's the name. So and it's got a ring to it, but we became that in March in 2019, and it just became from doing the toiletry bags to passing out into Philly or the Trenton or Camden area to domestic violence shelters, to foster care, to becoming just huge in the past couple of years, where now we team up with other organizations like Salvation of Sorrows and Coalition of Beers, where we feed like 300 individuals in Kensington. We provide toiletries and blankets, and Salvation of Sorrows actually does haircuts for them. Great organization. And we've done tons in Camden. We do Adopt a Family in Camden. I have a huge partnership in Camden, which is great. We just did 37 adoptive families.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a lot of work, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just an amazing effort by all. And you just,
right.
It's just, if you make one person smile, then you know you did your job. And that's kind of our motto of, it takes one good heart to change someone's life. Definitely. And it really is. You don't know who you're impacting. And that's kind of where we're at. We just started small, and now we're branching out, obviously, into the boxing industry, which I know nothing about. But this is great. I think this is an amazing way to get other organizations like you to come in and help us out and talk to these kids that some of these kids have nothing but that boxing studio. Right. That is all they have. Yeah. And for, to partner in this and maybe, have other individuals say, well, it would be really good to support and, and support, your kind of organization and my nonprofit. It's great. It's an amazing thing.
So you're about to learn something about boxing too. All right. So most people that have everything that they need in life don't fight. They don't fight for a living or to get what they need. So when you go into these neighborhoods and you see these boxing gyms where all these kids have, pay attention to those kids, because those kids are the ones that fight and become famous because they have it in there, because they have nothing else.
I agree.
Before I opened up this boxing gym here in this town, there's another boxing gym, I'm not gonna lie, there now. But when I was growing up, I had to go into the city. That's where I learned my craft. There were no boxing gyms in this area, but you know what? There's no need for it because these kids have silk sheets. Right. They have 100 different kinds of programs here. So, they can play soccer. They can be on the tennis team. Those kids in those towns that you're helping out, you said Kensington and Camden. You're doing a good job because that's really all they have, and you're really helping out someone become a future champion.
That's right. Yeah. You see it too. Even when you're, we go into other things that we do in foster care and things like that. It does. Material things don't make you happy. I do say that all the time. I've kind of instilled that into my daughter. Material things do not make you happy.
No, it's giving back.
Absolutely.
And it comes back to you. What is the overall mission statement of Hearts of Skylar? When you organize your nonprofit, what were you supposed to be doing?
I don't know. I don't think I know. Well, because it kind of happens so fast. Yeah. And you're like, oh, you need a mission statement. You have to be, you have to get your nonprofit certification. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to do all this, but right. You learn as you go.
Yeah, definitely.
And our mission statement is, it only takes one good heart to change someone's life.
Right.
And that actually was not something that we came up with. It was a high school student that actually wrote our whole biography on our website for us.
Right.
And we do it's just to give back to anybody, whether it's any situation, fire victims,
right.
Domestic violence, foster care, because I always say it doesn't matter. Your life can change in one instant. It takes one life altering event to change your life. Definitely. And someone has always gone through a financial difficulty, it could be mentally, it could be physically, always in your life.
Now, where are you originally from?
I'm from Rhode Island.
Right.
How'd I get here?
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania.
Are you in Pennsylvania?
I'm actually in New Jersey.
Okay. In Burlington?
The Burlington area, okay. So we're right over the Burlington Bristol Bridge. Right. But I grew up I was a military brat. So we moved around a lot. Yeah. Went to high school in Bristol, Rhode Island, very small town.
Okay.
And then went to college in Connecticut and then came down here. My whole family moved down here and I've been here a long time. We won't say how long because I don't know my age. No, I'm just kidding. It's been a long time, but I love it. It's different than Rhode Island.
Okay.
Very different, but I do like to go visit sometimes.
Did you grow up in a suburban area or?
I did.
Yeah. The show's called Young Black Suburban. So that's why I have to ask you.
And it was. I grew up in a small town, and everybody knows each other,
right,
and
right.
Everyone knows your business and stuff. That kind of small town, but it's but it was a great place to grow up. And
do you feel like this is more city-like?
A little bit. And the good thing is there's so much more to do because you can go into Philly. Yeah. It's not that far from New York. Exactly. There's better restaurants. Sorry, guys. But there is. Philly's just got a lot to do.
Yeah, definitely. What did you go to college for?
I actually have a undergraduate degree in psychology.
Okay.
And a master.
Stop talking now.
I know. I'm analyzing you right now.
Yeah.
No, I do nothing from what I have my degree in. So I have a master's in administrative science, but I don't do anything. Mm-hmm. I work for a government contractor, so it's completely different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you remember, like, the first time, like you said that this all just kind of came together? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that day where you're like, all right, I'm going to really do this. I'm really going to put my foot down. How was that day?
It was a great feeling.
Yeah.
It was almost, I remember actually going to do the paperwork. So that day I was official because you got your number mm-hmm. and someone did it for me, I think, and I was just, for free. And I was just like, wow, I just did this.
Yeah. I need to meet the people in your life.
I don't know. I talk about the universe and everything happens for a reason, but I've had such amazing people in my life, or I've met through this.
Right.
So many people, friends and family and organizations. The company I work for is really good. Mm-hmm. I have a local deli. If you ever go to Delanco, go to Lou's Deli. Yeah. They donate so much of our food when we do events.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking 100 hoagies, pizzas, chips, you name it, they donate it to us.
Wow.
So it's just a matter of the support we have from the community.
Right.
It's amazing.
So you signed up, you're all official.
We've been official and it's been a crazy ride. And sometimes I want to cry.
Yeah.
I'm tired and cranky sometimes.
Definitely.
And sometimes you need some time off because it can be exhausting. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you really are finished, and especially an event, you're like, wow, this was great. And you have, whether it's kids or adults, just, telling you their story.
Right. And is it just you, or do you have a board, or?
It's small.
Yeah, okay.
My daughter, who we do a lot of lifting. I mean, we have a lot of people that do help us, mm-hmm. a lot of friends that do help us if I need to move stuff. But we do a lot of lifting. Like just yesterday, I was lifting boxes into our storage area, and people don't see that. It's not glamorous having a nonprofit. Behind the scenes, people don't see that part of it. The crying, mm-hmm. not literally, but maybe I do sometimes. But the exhaustion and just you're filthy dirty from lifting boxes, opening boxes. Yeah, that part.
I have a nonprofit. That's actually my first guest of the day. She knows that. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
So I have a nonprofit that I'm just bringing out. Now I haven't started, but I feel like from running my own business already, I'm already tired.
More tired now.
Yeah, I'm going to be more tired, but I feel like I can just let the parallels kind of, run with each other. I haven't had my first step, though, my first event with the nonprofit. I'm trying to ask you, what was your first event? Do you remember?
Our first official event was actually a Veda in the Cherry Hill Mall. Did an event for us where people could buy things and they can donate it, and that's how we made our bags. Mm-hmm. So that was our first official event because I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
And you learn every time. So that was just to collect donations. We didn't know. We had a huge turnout, great support.
Right.
And then we started with our events like Adopt a Family. Mm-hmm. We do like chili events in Kensington. We do, we put names for them. Thanksgiving event, which was really huge. We feed 300, a huge buffet of Thanksgiving meal, food. Nice. But it's just.
Do you make sure that you plan like something every month, or how do you do your structure?
Usually every 6 to 8 weeks. So our last event was the end of December. That was pretty much our Adopt a Family events, and we did stockings too for foster care. So now we're on to the boxing event, which is going to be like the end of February, March. We're still we're waiting for a date, but because it takes a long time to plan these. It's a lot of work. Especially when you're trying to order things or get the donations or sponsorships, because that's hard too. And being a nonprofit, you get denied a lot.
You need to hire me or Jordan. Somebody
to help.
To help you out. It's stressful. We need to lean on support systems to get the job done. It's hard being the leader.
It is. I mean, we do have a good support, and we do work with other organizations, I have a lot of individuals that volunteer all the time. We have a huge volunteer kind of support. It's people are always willing to volunteer, but you know, it's the hardest part of a nonprofit is funding and sponsorships just to get that money, you know, to make you get bigger, more in events and to help more and more, because really going through an event costs a lot of money. For example, the boxing, we really want, and we're not just going to go in and be like, do a small event. We want to make sure these kids have the best time of their lives or have the memory of them.
Right. Something that they'll never forget.
Exactly.
Me as a young fighter, I remember, you know, I would be somewhere and see somebody that was already professional, and I'd be like, oh man, I want to look up to him. I want to follow him and do that. When I go down there, hopefully I can talk to them and they can get a little bit of what I used to feel. And this is the whole reason why you're here today. I think we need to start talking about why you even called me in the first place. You are traveling into Camden, or I don't want to say traveling, but you're going into Camden and you're going to be supporting a boxing center. Elaborate a little.
The North Camden Community Center. So we do, again, it started with doing adoptive family over so many years, and the director of, you know, the city of Camden was like, do you do anything other, like maybe with boxing? And it kind of just caught my attention, and I'm like, well, what are you looking at? He's like, well, we have this boxing club, and we're really, you know, looking to do something with, you know, with that organization. And I'm just like, sign me up. It's something different. Kids, which is great. You know, and I said, let's think about this. And then of course my head starts spinning, and I'm like, oh, we can do this without knowing anything about boxing. Right. Is why I'm, you know, you know, out to you. So when I started putting it out into social media, I'm like, somebody can help me, because all I know is about maybe some uniforms that they can wear. And I don't even think I was right on that.
Well, you are right on that. But you know, a lot of things that are more practical, like I said over the phone, homeless people, need a lot of socks. They need a lot of underwear, t-shirts, things like that. Boxers need a lot of stuff like hand wraps, mouthpieces, you know, even at the very least workout clothes, you know, so and the crazy thing about boxing is it doesn't have to be expensive, but you kind of get what you pay for. And when we want to give these kids opportunity to succeed in their sport, you don't want to go off the shelf and just get something from Target, especially if this boxing club is competing. We want to get them something that at least will hold up. And you came to the right person, because I'll know the standard of what they need, you know. But if no one ever tells you, you'll never know. I
would have never known if I didn't talk to you yesterday. I would have been ordering just kind of uniforms and did not think about the tape and the mouthpieces
water
or anything.
Bottles,
no,
maybe,
I would have never even thought of that. But the necessities, really.
That's my job. I'm a boxing coach.
And that's why we're going to partner up and we're going to do some events.
Though, because you're a psychologist as well.
So am I analyzing.
But the other thing is like a boxing gym is the center, is the one place where everybody can come. It doesn't matter where you're from. And you leave that kind of thing out, you know, outside, and we reward hard work. It's the same thing with your nonprofit, you know. You will be rewarded because you're doing good work. Now, are you looking forward to going down there and planning this event? What is it going to be? Like,
so excited.
What is the gist of it?
Well, it's just going to be, again, we're just starting because we were talking about it over the holidays, and you know, I'm actually having a meeting with them soon. We're just going to make it a nice big event where we're going to give them lunch or dinner, whether it should be just have like food, have kind of a ceremony, have you come speak to the kids.
Not just me, right?
Not just you. I'll speak too.
All right.
Not about boxing though.
Maybe by then you will.
I know. Maybe I'll be an expert.
You're not too far from here, right?
I'm not. I'll have to go buy some boxing gloves.
You and your daughter should come take a class.
Don't let her hit me though.
No, well,
She has a mean right hook. She plays softball. She's going to college to play softball. I'll be done.
We'll talk later. Boxing will help you with softball. It definitely will. so you can understand the culture.
Absolutely.
I think that will help you a lot.
And then I can get in the ring there and act like I know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, exactly. You'll be able to relate to them a little bit more. I cut you off though.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna have me come speak.
No, definitely have you speak to the kids. I think that's really important to tell your story.
Yeah.
Because it shows them, again, like you're saying, some of these kids might just go on professionally, and to hear your story, to know where you came from and where you are today means a lot to these kids.
Yeah, I'm a little bit different though. My story, I'm gonna have to tailor it a little bit different because of who my father was. I already had one foot in the door.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's story means something.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if you get one thing out of someone's story and you take that, I think it's great.
Yeah. Cool.
It's all who you know anyway. It's all about networking, is it not?
No, well, it's about opportunity too, if your parents have a good network, then you might have a good network. If your parents don't, then you might not.
We have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah. But we'll be down there doing that. Now, do you have any aspirations of doing anything else with your nonprofit? Like, what is your ultimate goal of what you would like to be doing with Hearts of Skylar?
Ultimate goal is to have a big storage place where I don't have to worry about storing half in my garage and half at this storage place that someone lets me use for free.
Right.
Because I just don't have the space anymore.
Right.
And to make it nice and big where individuals can come and get things and we can just serve so many more in the community. Because again, when you have limited space and limited funds and sponsorships, you only can do so much.
Yeah.
And, the more that you have, the more you can serve.
Right.
And I think that's really important.
Exactly.
And I think in the past few years, we've just grown so much and so many people have heard about us, whether it's by being on the TV or seeing a newspaper article or just being at an event and stopping by, like, what's going on over here? We've grown and saying, hey, can you come do an event for us? Or can I partner with you? And that's really where we want to be, is to just reach, whether it's with another organization or by ourselves, just reach to more and more individuals.
Right.
And we are doing that every couple months or every year. We're going to Trenton, we're in Camden, we're in Kensington.
How are you picking these areas to go to?
Well, Camden, because of my job and what I do. So I work for Lockheed Martin, and they're a huge advocate of doing, volunteering, giving back. Right. And that's how I got my contact in Camden. And, we did just a little bit here and there. And now it's just become more and more of a partnership where we do stuff all the time. Okay. And Kensington, because I work with a couple organizations that kind of started there, we kind of formed together and do more there and serve more throughout the year, like chili in the winter, hot chocolate, blankets, brand new clothing. I have people who donate brand new clothes with tags on, a wholesaler. So we try to bring that stuff down as, like you said, socks, shirts, because it's cold, even like, umbrellas or sleeping bags, anything that can keep them warm. And then, and during the summer, just cold drinks. I mean, some of these individuals have nothing.
Yeah. And it sounds like you kind of want to have like a public pantry kind of sort of.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know what that entails or what we have to do, but maybe down the road.
We had on our podcast one of my friends, and he has a community refrigerator thing, a couple of community refrigerators around Philadelphia where they cook meals sometimes and they fill the refrigerator, and anybody that needs food can come and grab them. They ask the community to come and drop off extra stuff, and they actually have a good system of things that work. And, one of the things is you worry about people just taking things, but their motto is if someone needs to come take it all, that means that they really needed it, maybe that might be something that you might want to look into. They're always asking for help as well.
And we can partner with them. I can drop things off because we do the toiletry bags. That's kind of our thing. Right. And we can drop them off. So if somebody can
I don't know why I can't think of it off the top of my head. Double trellis. There you go. It's messed up, man. I grew up with the kid 2 houses down. Sorry, Matt Stebbins. My bad, man. But so basically, you're on the show today because of the phone call yesterday.
Yeah, thanks to Joe.
Thanks to Joe. I'm finding out about you right now. We know what you want to do in the future. This is your time at the end of the show to say what you want to say about yourself to the people.
Well, first I want to say thanks for having us. I really appreciate it. And I'm so grateful that you're helping me, partnering up. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not about what organization does the most, whether it's quality or quantity. It's about how can we all work together to really serve the community.
Yeah.
It really, truly is. So I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. And I look forward to the future.
Definitely.
But I do want to say thanks to all our supporters out there for Hearts of Skylar. We've had a tremendous year in 2021. So many people we've helped. And, we have such a great team of organizations and restaurants that help us. But, if anybody knows anybody out there that's looking to sponsor any of our, events or sponsor us, please let us know. We have, it's heartsofskylar.com. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I try to do my best on social media, but we just post all our events on there and pictures, just of the events. If they want to
find you on social media, what's the handle? At
Hearts of Skylar, HeartsOfSkylar.
So Skylar, you're not controlling these social media things? No.
For a 17-year-old, she's not a social media person.
Really?
She's really not. And
that is your job.
I know.
That's your job.
She's trains for softball. So that's her job.
All right, cool.
Or to keep me sane and help me, because she doesn't like to be in front of the camera or anything, but she really, if it wasn't for her, this would not be possible because, she takes away from being a kid.
Right.
And being with her friends. She's there at every event. Yeah. She's the lifting. She's putting things together. She's,
You guys are running a business together.
Yeah, it's me and her.
That's good, man. Yeah. Oh, man. I want to interview you now.
She's a good kid.
But you're
very
enjoying
grateful.
the nonprofit, though. You're enjoying hers. Oh, good.
I think it's been some eye-opening experiences.
Yeah, I think it's good for kids to volunteer, and she can put this on her college resume. Mm-hmm. She's already
she's going
nonprofit owner.
Yeah, she's already ready. She already knows where she's going. Yeah, she's a good kid.
Oh yeah, where are you going?
Central Connecticut State.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I never went to college. I wanted to. My college was fighting overseas.
Yeah, but that's an experience that not many people get.
Not at all.
And sometimes those things teach you more.
Psychologists here.
It's all about your life lessons. You got here because of that.
I'm on the couch right now.
I'll send you the bill.
So when I was 8, no, but I'm at this age, at 37, I guess maybe 36 is when I really started realizing that I didn't miss out on anything, that I actually did go to college, and my college was being a professional fighter and traveling the world and experiencing different people in that way. So you don't have to have 2 sessions. That I already worked that one out in my head.
I'm glad. I'm glad. See,
I'm already worked that out in my head. All right, so that was this episode of the Young Black Suburban. This is Martianne Rich of Hearts of Skylar Foundation, a nonprofit. If you want to contact them, at Hearts of Skylar everywhere. Thank you guys for tuning in. That was the Young Black Suburban.
Thank you. You're funny. Was that good for a first time that I've